Why do smart people always fail? Since childhood, you were told intelligence was your golden ticket, teachers praised you, tests felt effortless, everyone said you'd go far. But now, you see people less smart than you building businesses, moving ahead, and living the life you dreamed of. The harsh truth: intelligence doesn't guarantee success. Sometimes it traps you in overthinking and endless plans that never happen. But once you see these traps, you can break free and finally turn intelligence into real progress. Chapter 1. The Overthinking Trap. The funny thing is that you are smart enough to solve complex problems, yet you keep working on those projects for years. And while you are still planning, someone else has already built it, launched it, and moved on with their lives. This is the overthinking trap. Let's take a simple task like starting a blog. Most people choose a platform in a few minutes, a name in 10 minutes, and publish the first post the same day. But for those who overthink, it turns into a long preparation, comparing dozens of tools, reading countless reviews, joining groups, learning SEO before even writing a word. Months later, you have accumulated knowledge, but still have nothing to show for it. And here's the truth: overthinking sounds like progress, but it's not. It's just a cover-up, hidden behind your research, behind your analysis, behind your illusion of productivity. Your brain is busy, but your life is stagnant. Deep down, you know you're stuck. You know you're procrastinating. But starting means risk, and risk is always scary. Always remember, progress comes from action, not from waiting for perfection. Chapter 2. The Prison of Perfection. Do you know what the most dangerous word in the English language is? Perfection. That word alone has killed more dreams than failure, costing you more money, opportunities, and happiness, because mistakes can be fixed, but perfection never comes. In fact, perfectionism isn't about high standards or attention to detail. It's about fear disguised as productivity, fear of being judged, fear of showing weakness, fear of others seeing you as less than they think you are. Ask yourself how many of your projects are stuck at 90% completion, never launched because they're not ready. The unfinished book, the business idea rewritten countless times, the course recorded over and over again but never launched. You're not protecting quality, you're protecting your ego from the risk of failure. The truth is, done is always better than perfect. While you hesitate, others are still moving forward. Perfection is a prison. Action, even if imperfect, is the key that opens the door to success. Chapter 3. Why IQ is not enough. Here's the truth: once your IQ reaches about 120, it only explains around 23% of your success. The other 77% comes from something schools rarely teach: emotional intelligence, or EQ. EQ is your ability to understand people, read situations, manage your own emotions, and build trust. It's what turns knowledge into influence and collaboration. That's why some highly intelligent people struggle while others get ahead. You might solve equations with ease but freeze when asking for help. You might optimize code but not know how to calm an argument. IQ can unlock the door, but EQ is what helps you stay in the room, build connections, and move forward. In the real world, success often goes to those who can connect, influence, and inspire, not just those with the highest test scores. Chapter 4. The Curse of Knowledge. The more you know, the harder it is to act. This is what psychologists call the curse of knowledge. Imagine a chef who knows thousands of recipes by heart but is stumped by which dish to make, and then nothing gets served. Knowledge creates a similar trap. The more information you have, the more possibilities and risks you can imagine. Every decision has a myriad of outcomes, and instead of choosing, you become paralyzed by analysis. Ironically, ignorance often leads to faster progress. People who don't know all the risks simply act. They try, they fail, they adjust, and they learn quickly. Meanwhile, smart people remain stuck in the simulation stage, constantly calculating in their heads, but never getting real results. The cure: actively simplify. Consciously limit your options. Make small decisions quickly. And most importantly, trust that action will always teach you more than theory. Chapter 5. The Execution Equation. There's one formula you should always remember: performance equals talent, TRFs, effort required. Talent matters, but effort matters twice as much. The problem is, many smart people don't realize this. In school, things came easy. They got good grades without studying, so they never learned persistence or discipline. Meanwhile, average people who keep practicing every day eventually move ahead. Why? Because steady effort adds up. Daily consistency builds progress, while raw talent without action goes nowhere. Success doesn't come from one big moment of brilliance. It comes from small, consistent steps over time. Talent gives you potential, but only effort can turn that potential into real results. Chapter 6: Breaking the Fixed Mindset. There's a strange trap smart people often fall into: the fixed mindset. The smarter you are, the more you fear failure, because failing feels like proof that you're not as smart as everyone thinks. Think about it. If intelligence becomes your identity, then every challenge is a threat. Struggling on something new feels embarrassing. Making mistakes feels dangerous. So instead of trying, you avoid the risk altogether. You protect your smart image, but you stop growing. The truth is, growth only happens when you push past that fear. Real learning means asking simple questions, making errors, and being willing to look like a beginner again. Intelligence isn't something to guard, it's something to use. The more you challenge it, the stronger it gets. The moment you stop testing yourself is the moment your intelligence stops working for you. Chapter 7: The Social Intelligence Gap. One big mistake smart people make is underestimating relationships. Small talk may seem pointless, but it's how trust and connection are built. In reality, opportunities don't just come from intelligence. They come from people who believe in you and open doors for you. Without trust, even your best ideas stay stuck in your head. Success is a team sport. You can be the smartest player, but if no one passes you the ball, you'll never score. That's why in the end, connection beats perfection. Chapter 8: Building Your Success System. Smart people often fall into the same trap, making things too complicated. You try every new productivity app, build detailed plans, or spend hours researching the best strategy. It feels productive, but in reality, the more complicated it gets, the less you actually do. The real solution is much simpler. Set up your environment so taking action is the easiest choice. For example, if you want to start writing a blog, don't waste time hunting for the perfect app or building a complicated schedule. Just open a blank page, write one short paragraph, or even just one sentence about your idea, and save it. The next day, add another. That's how real progress begins, step by step, word by word. Yes, your brain will resist. It will tell you to plan more, to organize better, to wait until everything is perfect. But that's not smart thinking, that's your intelligence slowing you down. Complexity feels impressive, but simplicity is what moves you forward. Always remember, systems are stronger than goals, and simple systems beat complicated ones every time. Chapter 9: The 30-Day Transformation. Thinking alone won't change your life, but action will. One of the easiest ways to break the cycle of overthinking is to do a 30-day challenge. For the next month, pick a project and work on it every day. It doesn't matter how small or imperfect your progress is. What matters is that you take action every day, because persistence is what turns ideas into real results. Over the next 30 days, you may not be perfect, but you will definitely change. You will start taking action, making progress step by step, and growing each day. Intelligence only gives you potential, but action turns that potential into real power. It's time to stop thinking endlessly and start doing. The question is not, are you smart, but rather, are you brave enough to put that intelligence to work? And hey, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. I'd love to hear your thoughts too, so feel free to leave a comment below.